so we couldn't recharge the battery. And you just got, I mean, actually I quite like it because you get down to the essential, which is the wind and the boat, you know. The boat didn't break, but all of the peripheral stuff disappeared.
Just back to basics.
Yeah. We spent about 4 days coming over because it's just bloody windy, you know.
I sailed for like 10 years before I even had a LORAN.
Yeah.
And for my 40th birthday, I got a LORAN from my friends. They all chipped in because they didn't want me to get lost. But I remember I completely missed Block Island one day. It was hazy, and you leave East Hampton, and you go past Montauk, and you can see the land. Then you had 12 miles where there's a gap before this island. And I couldn't see, and I knew I could take the bearing, I could look at the chart, I could make my bearing, I could keep the heading, but I kept going into this mist, and then eventually I came out of the mist, and there was this beach, it was a beautiful beach, really long beach, and I go, this doesn't look like Block Island.
Where am I?
Fuck, where am I? And I didn't have LORAN, and I had no clue exactly where I was, because it was a featureless landscape. There's no towers, no stacks, nothing on the charts. I looked at Connecticut because if I missed Block Island, most likely the first land I would get to would be Connecticut. And finally, I got on the radio. And I said, "Hello, does anybody hear me?" And some guy said, "Yeah." And I said, "I'm off. I thought I was trying to get to Block Island. I'm off this beach, and I don't know where I am." And can I describe where I am to you? He says, I got a better idea. I'll go to my boat, and I have a radio direction finder. You keep talking, and I'll take a bearing from my boat to your boat.
Oh, right.
So he did that, and then he told me where his boat was, and I told him, so then I could, okay, I was right off the shore of Connecticut. And then, it was still kind of hazy, I saw this tugboat about a mile south, and I called tugboat, this is blah, 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 you know, can you see Block Island? He says, yeah. And can you give me a bearing from where you are? He says, yeah, blah, 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 south, more south. And at the end of the, end of the day, we ran out of fuel, because at the end of the day, we had just enough fuel to get into Block Island Harbor, and that's when my second wife said she was divorcing me. And that divorce went through.